step by step on business. That's on my mama, watch me spin on me and split, now I can't feel it. We in the trap, we sold the city on my biddy. Take these diamonds off and show you how we lit it.
Welcome back to another episode of Before the Horn podcast. As you know, I'm your host, Khalil. With me, as always, I got my guy, Davon.
Yes, sir. Let's get it.
Yes, sir. This is episode 58, and we got a big one to talk about. You know we got to talk about the biggest pay-per-view of all time. That's what it's labeled as. UFC 300 this Saturday. You got to tune in from start to finish. It's bangers from the prelim to the main event all the way through. You know we got to talk about UConn winning a national championship on Monday, and what does that mean for them and their legacy. And without further ado, take it away, Day One.
Let's get it. Episode 58. We're going to kick it off with, if you guys did not know, it occurred on Monday, but we couldn't cover it, obviously, because the game was going on during our podcast, so we're going to cover it right now. The UConn Huskies, they achieved back-to-back titles after they defeated the Purdue Boilermakers 75-60.
I think UConn won this game on the defensive side of the ball. When you look at their game plan was to let Zach Edey be Zach Edey, stop everybody else from shooting threes, and pretty much crowd it. And they run that three guard set, and their guards are relentless. They put relentless pressure on the ball. This is a team that shoots a good amount of threes, a high volume of threes. They only got off 7 threes, and they only made one of them. So that took a lot of away right there, as well as when you want to look at, they stopped Purdue from being able to make for other guys. Purdue only had 8 assists total, and those 8 assists only came from one person. So outside of that one person, nobody else can really play make, and they really stopped their offense and shut them down completely. And then when you look at offensively, Tristan Newton won MOP. He had him a big game with 20 points, 7 assists, 5 rebounds. You had Donovan Clingan, who did what he had to do, 11 points. But I won't say he caused problems. I wouldn't say he caused problems with Zach Edey. Zach Edey wasn't as dominant as he's been in the past on the boards, but it was a team effort all around. But Donovan Clingan was the lead snake on that. You had Stephon Castle, who chipped in with 15 as well. But when you look at it, all but one person was in double figures in their starting lineup. So it wasn't just a one-man team. And that's been the thing with this UConn team all year long. It's not just one man. It's a plethora of guys who step up in big moments. And they did what they had to do when the rubber needed to meet the road, especially in that second half, where it looked like it could be anybody ball game after that first half. I was feeling very good about where Purdue was sitting. But in that second half, UConn came out, tightened up defensively, and just ran away with the game. Like I said, bro, Zach Edey did not have that bad of a game. He had 37 points. He had more than half his team points. I can't ask for more from Zach Edey. He played very, very dominant with inside. But you could tell as the game went on, his legs started wearing him. His shots started coming just a little bit more short. I think that hurt him a lot. This is a guy that played 39 minutes. He's 7'4". He's a big man playing 39 minutes. That's a lot of minutes on a big guy that getting up and down the floor like that.
Now, in the past, we've talked about UConn's defense, and it definitely showed. The first half, like Khalil said, it looked like it could be anybody's game. I was like, this is a really, really tight-knit game. In my opinion, Zach Edey was having his way with Donovan Clingan. Not going to lie, Zach Edey did whatever he wanted basically in the first half. But UConn's defense and their defensive scheme that they wanted to do going into the game, like Khalil said, stop everybody else, let Zach Edey do whatever he wants because he's a one-man show. If he cannot beat you by himself. And that's literally what happened. UConn, great defense. I admired their defense. I admired it last year against San Diego State and throughout the whole tournament. And this year, I admired it throughout the whole tournament and against Purdue. They did what they had to do defensively. And like Khalil said, you could tell the minutes wore down and fatigued Zach Edey definitely for sure. Purdue, as a team, you can't have 8 assists per game. You have 2 halves. That's just not enough.
And they all come from one person.
Exactly. It all comes from one person. And like Khalil said, the guards for UConn are really, really great. They're relentless, especially on the defensive side of the ball. I love how they play all together. Donovan Clingan is going to be a special player going forward. Love to watch him play. But Zach Edey as well. I hope he does great in the NBA, but we got to see what team takes him in the NBA. But overall, great game. Good win by UConn. Congrats on going back-to-back.
What do you think Zach Edey is? Do you think he can be an NBA player? Do you think he could find a niche in the NBA?
I think he can. Once he gets his conditioning right, if he can become more like Jokic, that would be great. Because Jokic is like a standard for big men right now. I'm sorry. Before it was Dirk Nowitzki shooting threes as a 7-footer and having a great post game. Now it talked about Joel Embiid, how dominant he is, but Jokic is like the standard for big men in my opinion in the NBA. Also, we talked about in the past Tim Duncan's paint game. There's many players we can talk about in the past and in the current what Zach Edey could turn out to be, but he has to get his condition down. He's already not soft as it is as he used to be, but once he gets his condition down and betters his game in a way, he'll be a solid NBA player in my opinion, a really solid one.
I don't know, bro. I think at the best he's a role player. I don't think he's 7'4", but he's not an agile big man like a Wimby
Yeah.
who's 7'5". He's not agile like that.
He's a stick.
But like even like a Gobert, I think he's more. I don't think he's as agile as Gobert. Like he is kind of built like Jokic, but I don't think he's as skilled as Jokic though. You know what I mean. Jokic can handle the basketball, play, make, rebound, do it all, and he plays faster than you think, and he's stronger than you think. But I don't know about Edie, bro.
Facts.
I just don't. I don't think his footwork is there as a big.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he has Joel Embiid's footwork, and that's upper echelon of footwork. But I don't think he's in the same ballpark or like as Joel Embiid when it comes to footwork, and that's what you really need as a big man.
But
I just don't personally.
all that stuff you're talking about right now, and no, I'm not disagreeing with you, but all that stuff you talk about right now, he hasn't even stepped foot in the league yet. That stuff has to be worked on once he gets in the NBA. Let's be real. That has to be worked on once he gets in the league. And I'm pretty sure if he puts his mind to it, keeps a positive attitude, and keep being mature, and wants to develop his game and be a sponge to all the great teachers that he's gonna have around him, possibly, he'll be a really solid NBA player. But he has to work on the stuff like we talked about already. So I think he'll be solid.
Another question. This is now Dan Hurley's second ring at UConn. UConn is now establishing himself as the best blue blood out there over the past 25 years. When you look at it, 6 titles in 25 years. But where does this put Dan Hurley? Do you think he should entertain the Kentucky job and maybe, go over to Kentucky, more probably established team as far as legacy wise? Or do you think he could continue what he's doing at UConn and stay at UConn?
It's kind of like similar to the Kalen DeBoer situation. He left Washington, who was just in the national championship, and when he
Wait,
replaced Nick Saban at Alabama. Hold on, I know you're gonna say John Calipari is not as decorated as Nick Saban. You are 100% right.
That, but you like Washington, they haven't done nothing in college football. Like, at least UConn has done something at in the past couple decades. So there's some stature there. This now if he was to leave like LSU to go to Bama, I think that would be a closer fit. You know what I mean? Just because LSU have had a couple titles within the past couple decades and stuff like that. But I mean, Washington hasn't really won anything. They've been talented and they've been a team that competes, but they're not Bama.
I mean, I wasn't saying that they were, and I knew you were gonna fight me back on this because you didn't let me finish, sir. You didn't let me finish. I knew you were gonna fight me back. I was gonna say I think he should stay at UConn and continue to build what he has going on over there. It's a great program. Like I said, they're never rebuilding. They're always reloading. They're great defensively, and they're going to continue to go to national championships and collegiate Final Fours as much as they can to keep the philosophy that he has going over there at UConn. So I think he should stay at UConn, but you can't rule out the possibility of an upgrade to go to a much more prestigious basketball program. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for that topic. The men's national championship. UConn Huskies get their second straight ring. What do you guys think about that game? Do you guys think Zach Edey's going to be a great NBA prospect going into the future? Also, do you think head coach Hurley should entertain the idea of being a Kentucky head coach or stay at UConn as Khalil had asked? Leave that all in the comment section below. Just like Khalil said, this is going to be a big episode. That's mainly due to the part of UFC 300. It is going down this Saturday. Make sure you guys tap in. I'm not telling you guys how to tap in, but I prefer you guys to tap in on ESPN Plus. But like Khalil said, we have a huge stat card from the prelims all the way up to the last title fight main event. Let's kick it off. For the first fight in the early prelims going on at 6 p.m. Eastern in the bantamweight division, we got Davison Figueiredo versus Cody No Love Garbrandt.
Man, like I said, bro, this is a stat card. These are 2 former champions. Two guys who've cut out a name for themselves. That's opened up this card. This is just going to be the first of many crazy fights. But I'm not going to lie. I got to go Davison Figueiredo at this point. I mean, Cody Garbrandt, I feel like his best days are behind him.
Mm.
As far as being able to compete or go for anything within that 135 division. As far as Davison Figueiredo, this is going to be his second fight in the 135 bantamweight division. And, usually when guys move up or move weight classes, they get a little bit more rejuvenation. It's kind of like a new start to a career, So I think, Davison Figueiredo goes out there and beats Cody Garbrandt and try to make his way up to the 135. 135 is a very, very hard division. I'm not gonna
It
lie.
is.
To get up to the top to fight Sean O'Malley with the amount of people that you have in there. But I think Davison Figueiredo can make maybe a little run before we call it quits in his career.
You already know who I'm taking in this fight. Cody No Love Garbrandt is on my shit list. I don't think he's good at all. I think his best days are behind him. He has a weak chin. He has no defense. He's just not that good of a fighter, in my opinion. Every time Cody No Love loses, I get really excited. And like Khalil also said, this is Davison Figueiredo's second fight in the bantamweight division. He's gonna make very easy work of Cody No Love Garbrandt. I'm calling it second round knockout. All right, for the second fight of the early prelims in the lightweight division, we got Bobby Green versus Jim Miller, two of UFC's great long-time fighters are squaring off. Who you got in this one?
God damn. Just to put in perspective, bro, Jim Miller has fought at UFC 100, 200, and now he's fighting at
And
UFC
300.
300. He's been at it for a while.
This
Bobby
54th
Green has
fight.
been at it. Huh?
This is his 54th fight. What might be
55th.
his 55th?
Yeah, 55th fight. And for Bobby Green, this is his what, 47th, 48th fight. I'm sorry, his 48th fight. So these are two fighters with that's been through a lot, that been through the gauntlet or whatever. But I'm gonna go with Bobby Green in this one. I think he just has a little bit more juice. I don't think neither one of these guys can compete for like the top guys or like even like the middle guys in the rankings.
No.
But I feel like Bobby Green can give more of a competition or a more of a fight up against those guys than Jim Miller at this point. So give me Bobby Green to get the dub.
As much as I really don't like Bobby Green too much, I do admire his skill. I admire the history he has in this sport. But Jim Miller is not a slouch whatsoever at all. Both of these guys have been through a lot. They've been at it. And you talk about Jim Miller's experience from fighting at UFC 100, 200, and now 300. That's such a great milestone to achieve in this combat sport. But at the end of the day, I'm going with Bobby Green. He's coming off of a loss in December, but I feel like this is his bounce back. So this is going to be a great fight. I feel like it's going to go down to split decision. All right, on to the next fight. We got some ladies getting down in the octagon. In the strawweight division, we got Jessica Andrade versus Mariana Rodriguez.
Yeah, this is another good fight. And when we talk about, big time fights and, this card, whatever, to put it in perspective, this is the number 4 and number 6 ranked fighters within the strawweight division fighting in the early prelims.
That's crazy.
But these are two fighters who came off a losing streak. Andrade had lost 3 in a row. Rodriguez had lost 2 in a row before they got another dub within the weight class. I think this one is going to be a big, big fight. Some bangers are going to be thrown. Some hands are going to be thrown. Tune in. I get it. Sometimes people don't watch the women fight, but I'm telling you, the punch is going to be flying. But give me Jessica Andrade in this one. Give me the more experienced, more veteran fighter, more vet savvy fighter. Like I said, she was on a 3-fight skip before she finally bounced back against Mackenzie Dern in a knockout back in November. I think that's what she needed, just to know that she still has that power and she can still do it. Jessica Andrade to get the dub against Marina Rodriguez.
Yeah, I'm with you on this one, bro. Jessica Andrade, I mean, she's 1-3 in title fights, but this is not a title fight. Like Khalil also said, she came off of a 3-fight losing streak before defeating Mackenzie Dern in November. And I feel like Jessica Andrade, she's not a bad fighter. It's just when it comes down, when the rubber needs to meet the road, she can't get it done. Like I mentioned her title fight record earlier, but that just proves that she just can't get it done, in my opinion. But in this fight, I am going to take Jessica Andrade to defeat Marina Rodriguez, probably because, again, has fought more experienced fighters, let alone women that have held the title in the past and present. So I'm going with her for that reason. All right, moving on to the next fight in the early prelims in the lightweight division. We got Jalen Turner versus Renato Moicano.
Give me Jalen Turner. Jalen Turner is ranked 10th in the lightweight division. Moicano is ranked 13th in the lightweight division as well. Another ranked matchup for the early prelims. But I just think Jalen Turner's length can go and cause him some problems. He's 6'3" to 5'11". Like that's a big difference. He has a 5-inch reach on him. And Jalen Turner is still fairly young, and I think he's still developing as a fighter. I think he's still trying to find his place. He's been kind of in that middle part of the 155 division for a little while now, and I think he's I think he's starting to get more experience to where I think he can start to, build his resume to start to get up there and, climb the rankings a little bit. I think this is a big time fight. I think if he goes out there and take care of the business, he lets, Dana White, Sean Shelby, and all them guys know that, let me get somebody that's ranked a little higher than me. I'm getting better. It's almost my time. He's only 28. So he still
Facts.
has a lot of time. He barely entered his prime yet. He's not even really in his prime yet. So give me Jalen Turner to get the dub to close out the early prelims.
Hey, last time I saw Jalen Turner fight, he got a first round knockout Bobby Green in December. I feel like this fight will go the same way this fight, except not in the first round.
Knockout?
I'm calling it second round knockout by Jalen Turner. Like Khalil said, he's 28. He's getting better in this division. Before that, he lost against Dan Hooker, a really good experienced fighter in that division. And I feel like after that loss, it's going to boost him up a little bit. But hey, Moicano's not no slouch whatsoever, so you got to watch out for him. He's actually a really good stand-up striker as well. Not as good, but I mean, he's ranked 13th for a reason. Not saying he's a slouch. Anything can happen in this fight, but I got my money on Jalen Turner, so I'm going to go with him. All right, moving into the first fight of the prelims. Like we said at the beginning, this is a stat card, so we just now hitting the prelims. In the featherweight division, we're going to see Sodiq Yusuff versus Diego Lopez.
Give me Diego Lopez in this one. He's coming off of 2 first-round finishes, 1 knockout, 1 submission. Last one coming over a knockout over Pat Sabatini. I expect him to have a number next to his name come Tuesday afternoon. Once the rankings come out, he's a guy. This is going to be his 4th fight in the UFC. So this is a guy who has not had a lot of fights within the UFC, who's going to start to build that resume. And I think he gets a number next to his name and beats Sodiq Yusuff.
This is going to be a solid fight, in my opinion. But I'm with you, bro. Diego Lopez is a really good fighter. He's already showing what he got in the UFC already. Now, Sodiq Yusuff is not a slouch whatsoever. I'm not going to discredit him. But Diego Lopez, I feel like he just has that it factor. And like Khalil, I 100% agree with you. Come Monday morning, I'm expecting the number to be next to his name because I feel like he got what it takes to be a contender in this division. So I'm going to go with Diego Lopez in this one. All right, moving into the next fight in the prelims in the bantamweight division. This is going to be crazy. I don't know how it's going to get done, but it's going to get done. We got Holly Holm, who's a former champion, going against Kayla Harrison.
Bro. What the hell is she going to make weight, bro?
Bro, that girl is jacked. Kayla Harrison is jacked.
Kayla Harrison fights at 155. Not only is she moving down 1 weight class, she's moving down 2 weight classes to fight 135. She probably hasn't been that since high school, bro. Like that's going to be a big drop for her. I think I'm nervous, man, because I think Kayla Harrison is the better fighter. I think
she is
at this point. Holly Holmes, I honestly don't know why she's still fighting. Respectfully, like she's a great. She's already, in my personal opinion.
I think she's done.
Yeah, in my personal opinion, I think she's already a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing more to fight for besides the money at this point. But for Kayla Harrison, I just don't know how much that weight cut is going to take out of her.
Bro, I know you've seen pictures of her. I know you've seen pictures of her on Instagram. I'm like, this girl is big as hell. I'm like, are you juicing? Ma'am, are you juicing?
She bigger than day one, dog. That shit crazy, bro. But I'm gonna go. Yo, what, dog?
No, go ahead. I'm gonna let you rock. Go ahead, bro. I got you. Don't worry. She's not bigger than me.
Oh no, gang.
Cap, don't do that.
She can pick you up, gang. Oh no, y'all like the same size.
Whoa, not happening.
Same size, y'all both 5'8". Like y'all about the same size.
Actually, I'm 5'10" and a half. Don't disrespect me, bro. My 2 inches matter. They matter up top and they matter down below.
But nah, give me Kayla Harrison in this one. I'm skeptical to take Kayla Harrison. I think she's the better fighter, but let's see what happens Friday morning when she steps on that scale.
Yeah, I'm with you, bro. I'm going with Kayla Harrison as well. If she can make weight, obviously. Like I said, if you seen pictures of this woman, she looks like she's juicing. But that weight cut's gonna be tough because, like Khalil said, she's walking around at 155. So going to 135 is gonna be a challenge.
She's not walking around at 155. She used to fight at 155.
I mean, yeah,
she probably walk around about 180.
Yeah, so
to be honest.
Oh well, maybe she is the same size as me because I'm 185.
Are you good? Stop lying to people, dog.
I am 185, bro. Don't play with me. Anyway, I fight Holly Holm. This could probably be like a nail in the coffin type fight. I'm not saying she should retire, but she's not gonna be really a contender in this sport anymore. She's done what she had to do. She's already a Hall of Famer. But after this, Kayla Harrison's gonna make a statement by beating her. So I think it's gonna be first round finish by Kayla Harrison. All right, moving to the next fight in the prelims. In the featherweight division, we have Aljamain Sterling making his featherweight debut as he's fighting Calvin Kattar. This is gonna be a banger.
Give me Aljo. Calvin Kattar right now is ranked 8th in the featherweight division. Aljo, I think he's still one of the best fighters out there. He lost to Sean O'Malley, but if you know anything, you know that weight cut has been tough for him. You know, only reason why he was still doing the weight cut and haven't moved up before then was because he was the champion. As soon as he lost the belt, you know, he said he was going to move up to 145, and that's exactly what he did. And I think you're going to have a new rejuvenated Aljo as well. Like, you know, like you get back into the octagon at a new weight, feel a little fresher, less drained out from that weight cut, and ready to fight. Give me Aljo to beat Calvin Kattar, and I predicting he's going to finish Calvin Kattar at that too.
Hey, I'm really right with you. I'm right with you on this one. Calvin Kattar, we see him against some great fighters in this featherweight division. But Aljo, like you said, the weight cut was tough for him. I know it definitely was tough for him. And once he lost the belt and he couldn't get a rematch from Sugar Sean, hey, this is the right move for him, going to 145. And I think he's gonna be really good at this division. Let's see if he could beat some great people, because this division is very, very good. It's one of the best, in my opinion, in this sport. But I think Aljo's gonna make a statement. I think he's gonna get a second round finish going off on Calvin Kattar. So I'm going Aljo like you, bro. All right, moving into the next fight of the prelims in the light heavyweight division, we have Yuri Prochka versus Alexander Rakic.
How is this fight on a prelim, bro?
I don't know. This
bro,
whole card is
bro,
stacked, bro. Come on, this whole card is stacked.
It's not even that. It's not even that. It's because the fight that opens up the main card. How is that in the main card over this?
Yeah, hey.
But hey, let's talk about it. We got a former champ in Yuri Prochazka fighting Alexander Rakic, who hasn't fought in since 2022. This is his first fight back in almost 2 years. Give me Yuri. I'm taking Yuri in this one. I think that to be out of the octagon that long and step in there against a guy like Alex Pereira after, you know, having to rehab and everything else, you know, that's a lot on you. I think this is a fight that he kind of needs just to get his feet back wet, to get back rolling in that division. And Rakic, last time he fought, lost to Jan Blachowicz.
Facts.
Yuri Prochazka beat Jan to obtain the light heavyweight championship before he had to relinquish it because of a shoulder injury. But I am taking Yuri Prochazka to get the dub to close out the prelims.
I'm happy how you mentioned that he had to recover from his shoulder injury. Didn't fight a great fighter like Alex Pereira for the light heavyweight championship. He lost to Pereira, but I'm right with you. This is a fight that he needs to get a bounce back win. And he's fighting a man that hasn't fought in 2 years. And he fought an experienced opponent as well, a former champion, Alexander Rakic. This fight is a pick'em, as the odds are in Yuri Prochazka's favor, -105, compared to Rakic, -115, according to ESPN. This fight can definitely go either way. I think he's going to go to split decision. I think Yuri Prochazka is going to get the bounce back win. It's going to be a tough outing for Yuri Prochazka, but I think he definitely got it. So I'm going to take him in this one. All right, now we're going to move on to the main card. Let's kick it off right. We have undefeated Bo Nickal. He is fighting Cody Brundage in the middleweight division. I'm with you, Khalil. Before we get into our picks, I'm with you. I don't know how this fight ended up on the main card and not in the prelims, but hey, I don't book the fights. I'm just a spectator, bro. So don't look at me like that. But hey, Dana White, he looking at you.
Give me Bo Nickal by first round finish next. He's the biggest favorite.
He is
ever.
This man is favored at -2,500.
Ever, for a reason. Stop putting him against guys like this, and let's see what he really is. Next, Bo Nickal by finish.
I'm taking Bo Nickal as well. Again, undefeated. He's been great ever since he got into the sport. Last time we seen Bo Nickal, he beat Woodburn. Bo Nickal definitely has great potential in this sport, but we got to stop putting him against these slouches like this. I'm not gonna lie. We have to start putting Bo Nickal against actually good competitors in this sport. So after this fight, y'all better put him against somebody good. I'm not gonna lie.
Here's my thing too. Oh, my bad, Mark. But keep going.
Yeah, the middleweight got some guys for Bo Nickal to be competing against, and shouldn't be guys like this. But whatever.
Here's my thing too, and I get it. He's young. He hasn't had too many fights. But look at the guys, like, look what he has done to the guys that he have fought. At some point, it's like, all right, we gotta up your competition a little bit. We gotta put you in there with and I'm not saying he has to go to somebody that's ranked in the top 15. I'm not saying that at all. But find a vet for him, somebody who's, you know, been through the ringer, who's fought in a lot of fights. Who's
Yeah.
probably not. He's not like I said, probably not ranked, but he has a lot of pedigree and a lot of miles on them tires. Let him go against somebody like that, and let's see how well he can really fight. You know, a 3-round fight and a 3-round game plan against somebody who's seasoned, not these young guys who's trying to come up just like him. When Bo Nickel has been running through all of them, this is a 3-time national champion for a reason in wrestling. Like,
Facts.
yeah, next, bro.
Yeah.
Next, bro.
Let's move on to the next one. In the lightweight division, we got Charles Bronx Oliveira versus Arman Sarukian.
This is so we're kind of in the same situation we was just in a month ago, if you remember when Dustin Poirier was fighting. You got the veteran seasoned guy against this young up and coming guy who's knocking on the door, who's getting the opportunity. And we seen what happened with Dustin Poirier. And I'm going Charles Oliveira in this one. I'm not gonna lie. And if I'm y'all and I'm betting, I'm not telling you what to do, but if I was you, I'd put my money on Charles Oliveira. So here's the thing. When I look at this fight, when we talk about Charles Oliveira, a lot of people was knocking him after he lost the Islam fight. And what he do? He went out there and finished Benir Dariush in the first round to show, hey, I am still that guy. I'm here for a reason. I need another title shot. It sucks he had to pull out 2 weeks before the fight because he had a cut over his eye or whatever the case may be. Now he's gone in there against Sarukian, who is a very, very good wrestler. But Charles Oliveira is one of the best jiu-jitsu artists we've ever seen when we talk about the sport of MMA. Give me Charles Oliveira to get the dub.
1 month ago, Khalil was right. We did see the same predicament with Benoit Saint Denis and Dustin Poirier. And I was all in on Benoit Saint Denis. I'm like, man, he about to smoke Dustin Poirier. I think Dustin Poirier is such a streaky fighter, in my opinion. Good fighter, but very streaky. Arman Sarukian is a really good fighter in the lightweight division. He's going to be here to stay. I'm just letting y'all know that right now. He's going to give Charles Oliveira fits. I think this is probably one of Charles Oliveira's toughest fights he's going to experience while in the UFC because Arman's going to bring it. Really good wrestler, really good technician. But I'm with you, Khalil. I think this is going to be another bounce back win for Charles Oliveira. This fight definitely going to go down to the wire. But I got Charles winning via split decision. And after this, I think Charles Oliveira definitely deserves a title shot.
Well, damn, you kind of jumped the gun on my question.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. My only thing is, right, the way it's sounding, the way it's coming out of Islam camp, Islam wants to fight in June. And right now, I think the possibilities of his opponents could either be the winner of this, the winner of the next fight we're going to talk about for the BMF belt, or Dustin Poirier. Out of those, 3 potential or 5 potential fighters, if you want to group them all, 5 potential fighters, who is it that you would want to see step into the octagon with him in June?
Well, being that out of these two guys, they're fighting right now, and it's April. And you also bring up the next fight we're going to talk about with Justin Gaethje and Max Holloway. I don't think Max is ready for someone like Islam Makhachev, not going to lie. I'm going to have to give Dustin to Poirier for now. I'm going to have to give it to him because, again, he's fought in March. That's gonna give him 3 months to be well off ready to fight Islam Makhachev. And they were beefing on Twitter after Dustin Poirier's big win over Benoit Saint Denis a month ago. So I think Dustin will get the title shot right now. And after whoever wins out of that fight, I'm putting Charles Oliveira if he wins this fight against them.
So my other question would be is that, okay, so let's say Dustin Poirier steps in there in June and Islam wins. Do you think there should be a fight in between that for Charles, or should he have to, or Sarukian, whoever wins? Do you think they should have a fight between, let's say, the winner of the BMF belt, and then those two go out and fight Islam in November? From the sound of it,
if Charles Oliveira wins, in my opinion, he should get the title shot. If he loses, I'm putting whoever wins that fight for the BMF belt against Sarukian, and then whoever wins that fight, they face Islam Makhachev come 2025.
Well, I think Islam's going to fight again in like November. That's what I'm hearing as well.
I mean, hey, I like it. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, especially for a guy who hasn't defended his belt against a real 145er yet. I mean, not one. I mean, a 155er. He's fought a 145er twice. But I'm right there with you. I think Dustin Poirier should step in the octagon, and like not because I think he deserves it the most, in my personal opinion. I think just because he's the guy that's available at the right time for the fight. Especially if Islam wants to fight in June. Like, and here's the thing: we've been spoiled a lot when we talk about Kamaru Usman and Israel Adesanya, even Sean Strickland a little bit, even though he didn't hold the belt for that long. Those were guys who stepped in the octagon 2-3 times a year, and we getting
Fact.
Islam who's only stepping in there once a year. Like we just need a little bit more activity out of him. That's all we asking for. So I think for that case and being myself, I think Dustin Poirier should be the guy to fight him next. And then the winner of this, if it's Oliveira he has nothing left to prove. He should
Yeah,
be the
honestly.
next guy to step in if he
Most
beats
def.
Sarukian. Now, if it in the same situation, if it comes to Sarukian winning, I think he should have to step in there with Gaethje or if Max Holloway if he wants to stay at that 155 weight.
Yeah, I agree with you. All right, now let's move on into the third fight of the main card for the BMF Championship. Two guys that we were just talking about, but not in depth. We got Justin Gaethje, the current BMF title holder, going up against the Blessed Express Max Holloway. They are fighting in lightweight division, so they're fighting at 155.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. This is hard.
It is hard
This
to
one
pick,
is
bro.
hard. When you talk about two of the most likable guys within the UFC, if you watch them fight, Justin Gaethje, it's a fighter tonight. Every single time he fights, it's a fighter tonight. Honestly, like I hate to see either one of these fighters have to lose. Man. Oh, fuck it. Give me Max Holloway. Give me
Oh, he
Max
going with the
Holloway.
Blessed. The Blessed
Give me
Express.
give me
The
Bless.
Blessed Express.
This one is like we splitting hairs here, man. I'm like, give me Bless, bro. Yeah. I don't
It's
know,
tough.
man.
It's tough for me to pick as well because I like both of these guys. Now, every time we see Justin Gaethje in an important fight, besides his past fight against Dustin
Yeah.
Poirier, where he won the BMF belt, and also against Tony Ferguson, where he was lighting off firecrackers on Tony Ferguson's chin. He was lighting them up. Other than
And
that, every time
Chandler.
and Michael Chandler. Other than that, every time we see Justin Gaethje in an important fight, in my opinion, he folds. But I think this fight with Max moving up to 155, I think it's just too much for Max. I don't think he's built for this yet. Just yet. This is great for him. This is gonna be a great fight. I don't think Max is built for this
Did
yet.
you
And I
just
love
say
Max.
Max Holloway is not built for
I'm
something?
saying for 155, like he can obviously strike. He can throw hands for sure. He's one of the best strikers we have in this business. Stand up, definitely. Max Holloway got it for sure. He's top of all time. I just feel like 155. I don't know. I don't know if he's ready for that yet. I don't want to say it in a bad way, but just might go down to the end. I don't think it's gonna be a knockout or TKO in this fight. I think it's gonna go down to the end. I'm gonna say Justin Gaethje via split decision. Fight of
Here's
the
the
night
thing, too.
stamp.
These are two guys who are still in their prime too. Like
They
yeah,
are.
they're fighting for the BMF belt and whatever you want to think about it, if you want to call it a gimmicky belt or whatever the case may be. These are two legit fighters that at any point can get a number one contender shot. So
Yeah.
like from that standpoint, man, this one's gonna be big, bro. I hate I gotta pick one, but I'm gonna go with the blessed Max Holloway.
Moving on into the co-main event for the women's strawweight title. We have the champ Zhang Weili defending her title against Yan Zionan. This is gonna be a freaking phenomenal one. Who you got in this one, bro?
I'm rocking with my girl, man. I'm still rocking with my girl, Wei Lee, man. Give me Zhang Wei Lee to get the dub. I just when you watch her fight, she's just well rounded. Her cardio is insane. She's in shape. And this is gonna be how you say her last name? I don't even know how to say her last name. Zonia?
Zionian. Zionian.
Zionia. This is going to be her second time fighting a 5-rounder. Not saying this one goes to 5 rounds, but this is going to be her second time fighting a 5-rounder against somebody who can push the pace, who's used to fighting these 5-rounders. Give me Zhang Wei Li. I'm getting. I think she wins by decision, but she just pieces her apart, bring her into the deep end. Them championship rounds, the fourth and fifth round, and solidifies and retains the title.
Zhang Weili is such a great fighter. We seen her bounce back after losses and reclaim her title. Last time we seen her, she defeated Amanda Lemos. But Yan Zionan, bro, she's for the up and coming young fighters as well. Well, she's not young; she's 34, but she's been on a tear lately. You can't discredit that whatsoever. Again, this is another fight. I think it'll go down to the wire. but it has the potential to get stopped in the third round, which I think it will. I think Zhang Weili is going to win via TKO. Her strategy would probably be trying to go all out unless you want to be a smart fighter. But Zhang Weili, being an experienced fighter that she is, the champion that she is, I think it's going to end in the third or fourth round. I'm going to say TKO. Zhang Weili successfully defends her strawweight title.
Looking at this, if Weili was to retain her belt, who do you think would be next for her? Who do you think would be? Who do you think she should fight next? Tatiana Suarez, Lemos, Andrade, who's also fighting on this card.
I don't want to see her against Amanda Lemos again. I don't want to see that. That was a slaughter fest. Like, she just took her to deep waters and just drowned her. Like, she would finish her, she drowned her. I'm gonna go with Tatiana Suarez then. I think Tatiana Suarez is probably the most deserving of this. But if Jessica Andrade wins, she should fight Tatiana Suarez again, and we'll see who can fight Zhang Weili for the strawweight title. But right now, I'm gonna say Tatiana Suarez.
My only issue is Tatiana Suarez hasn't fought in since August 5th. And as it's looking right now, she does not have a fight booked. So I think it's going to be kind of tough just to get her in there, just given the fact that, she's not active. So you may have to look at, Morena Rodriguez, if she was to win, to maybe get her in there with her just because she's on this card too. As well, like I said, like, let's see if, what Tatiana Suarez is looking like. Maybe let's get her another fight booked first before, we just throw her out there against Weili. But I'm right there with you. I think Tatiana Suarez should be next, but I would like to see her get another fight before she fights her.
Most def. Last but not least, let's move on to the main event for the light heavyweight championship. Jamal Hill is making his return to the octagon to face off against current champion Alex Pereira. Who you got for this one, bro?
I already know who you got because you beat David Ryan. But
yo, don't start, bro. You really be Dick Ryan, not me, bro. It really be you, Dick Ryan. Don't do that.
What?
Don't smack the teeth. And what? Like, no,
stop,
bro. Stop.
Stop it, bro. Stop it, bro. Stop.
You stop.
Stop the cat, bro. Stop the cat. Stop the cat. But this is tough. 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 I'm going to go heart over head with this one, and I'm going to go Jamal Hill. I get it. He hasn't fought in over a year. He's coming off Achilles injury. But the last time we seen him fight, he fought Glover Teixeira, which is Alex Pereira's mentor. He's also in the corner with Alex Pereira when he's fight. But I think it's just Jamal Hill time. I think, Jamal Hill, if he can use his wrestling and his jiu-jitsu to his advantage against somebody like a Alex Pereira. But Jamal Hill has also got power. He also got power too. He also has 7 knockouts. So this is a guy who could put your lights out just as well as wrestle you and grapple you and stuff like that. And Jamal Hill says he wants to knock him out. He's been talking to Izzy. Izzy was the only guy to knock Alex Pereira out. But I see Jamal Hill being the second guy to do it. Yes, sir. Give me Jamal Hill to knock Alex Pereira out.
Hey, we talk about a guy that just returned back from. Why are you doing that already? I didn't even keep my prediction.
I'm sorry.
Relax, bro. You want some Haterade? I got some in the cabinet. You want some Gatorade or Haterade?
I got somebody on electrolytes. I got
just okay. Look, drink that while I'm talking because you gonna keep interrupting me and doing all this sign language and stuff. Nobody got time for all that right now, bro. You over here, you rotting already. Like, damn. Thank you. Look, throw the key out too while you at it. Like I was saying. We're talking about a guy who's coming off of an Achilles injury. Jamal Hill, great stand-up fighter. He's good at wrestling. He's scrappy. He's humble about it too. But he's been saying he's gonna knock Alex Pereira out, and I could see it happening. Like Khalil said, he has 7 knockouts. He has knockout power. When we talk about Alex Pereira right here, we talk about Alex Pereira. Like, bro, this is the man who is in Israel Adesanya's mind rent-free. Yes, Izzy's the only man to knock him out. That is a fact. But hey, after that, Pereira moved up and claimed the light heavyweight championship. And in my opinion, this is probably one of the most weaker divisions in the UFC. It's very, very top heavy. But this is a great division for top heavy fighters. And Jamal Hill definitely has his work cut out for him. Hey, Pereira, he definitely has his work cut out for him as well. I'm not sleeping on Jamal Hill whatsoever. But I'm going with Alex Pereira to retain his light heavyweight championship. Shut up. Be quiet. Hey, you want to put more money on it? Matter of fact,
Talk
hey,
to me. Talk to me.
hey,
Talk to me.
hey,
Now you got my
we'll
attention.
we'll we'll talk about that after this podcast. I'm not saying that on this podcast.
We're doing it here. We're doing it here.
I'm
What
not
are we
doing this
doing?
with you.
What
I'm
are
not
we
doing this
doing?
with you.
What are we doing? I'm
Hey,
here. What you want? Name it.
hey, text me after the pod. We'll
Oh,
discuss this.
no. He be done it. He done his smoke.
I'm not taking
Oh,
smoke. Nah, bro, because
oh,
last time you ate lunch on my dime, I didn't really like that. All because
oh.
freaking Iowa want to
Talk,
get spanked by South
talk
Carolina.
to me. Joe, you want to get it back? You want to get it back?
Hey, you're not about to talk me into spiteful and out of hand gambling. I'm
Listen,
not doing that.
stand on business. Stand on
Hey,
business.
my name not
You,
Drewski right now. In this situation, I'm not Drewski.
pick it, Alex. You think he's gonna win?
I do. How much you want to put on it?
You want to make it back?
Let's talk. Let's talk after the pod. Let's text about it after the pod. Let's see how. We'll talk money. We'll talk money. We're gonna put it. We're gonna see. We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk money.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, when he come on here, mad and in a pissy mood on Monday, y'all gonna know why. Y'all gonna know why. But
Hey, just like when UConn lost against Iowa, and this man was all pissy and mad.
it was a terrible call.
Whatever.
But guess what? What happened after that though? What happened that Sunday? Because I was out a Sunday fun day type. You feel me? Then I got a notification to my oh
Be quiet,
man,
bro. Whatever.
You need some
But
salt with those fries.
hey, I love salt on my fries with ketchup, probably some hot sauce as well. Hey, do you dip your fries in ranch?
I hate ranch.
Oh, you weird. You definitely weird. I'm not betting against you no more.
What?
I'm not betting with you. You're weirdo.
Blue cheese over ranch any day.
Ew,
Blue
you're a
cheese
high.
over
Hey, hey,
yes.
ladies and gentlemen in the comment section, blue cheese or ranch? I want to know that right now. If you say blue
Blue
cheese, I'm
cheese.
thumbs down in your comment.
Blue cheese over ranch any day. But I gotta ask.
What's up?
What's next? After this fight, whoever wins, you got Alex, I got Jamal. What's next after this?
I think Magomed Ankalaev definitely should be in the running to get light heavyweight championship title fight. I'm not gonna lie, he's been on a tear lately. Besides that draw against Jan Blachowicz and that no contest against Johnny Walker, which he came back and knocked Johnny Walker the hell out. Magomed Ankalaev, I think he's definitely next in line. No matter who wins this fight, I'm going with Magomed Ankalaev. I'm sorry, I think he's well deserving of it.
I think the winner of the main event for the early prelims out of Yuri Prochazka and Alexander Rakic should fight Ankalaev for the number one contender fight to see who should fight for the belt next. In my personal opinion, I think that's what they should do.
I think that's a straight plan as well, but I just feel like Magomed Ankalaev definitely deserves it more. I feel like he doesn't have nothing to prove. That no contest where he got disqualified for
Got the
that thing
iPhone,
against,
bro.
yeah, that Johnny Walker shit, whatever. It happened.
Fight,
And he went and dominated Johnny Walker right after that. So I think Magomed Ankalaev, he deserves it, no matter who wins this fight out of Jamal Hill and Alex Pereira. But ladies and gentlemen, that is it for that segment. UFC 300, like I said, it's going down this Saturday. Make sure you guys are tapping in from the jump with the early prelims. They start at 6 p.m. Eastern. It's a huge card. I want y'all to be tuned in for real, for real. Make sure you guys are tapped in on preferably ESPN Plus. Y'all heard it here first. I'm not telling y'all how to watch it, but ESPN Plus is definitely the way to go. But give us your thoughts and opinions about the main card, and I want to hear y'all. I want to hear and read y'all predictions in the comment section below.
So breaking news: Kentucky is now looking to hire BYU head coach Mark Pope to be their next men's head basketball coach. So a big deal expected to be done within the next couple of days. So Kentucky has found their new head coach and BYU coach Mark Pope.
But ladies and gentlemen, to come to an end, that is the end of episode 58 for Before the Horn podcast. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe. Again, we appreciate all the support and feedback and comments y'all been leaving on our Instagrams and on our videos. We love the interactions. Continue to interact with us. We love that. Also, while you guys are at it, make sure you guys click down in the description box and check out our Patreon. For as little as $2 a month, you guys can support us. The Patreon gives you perks such as merchandise when we come out with that, helping us pick out topic ideas for us to talk about, interacting with us on a first-hand basis. Also, you guys can be having one-on-ones with us and many more. But like I said, for as little as $2 a month, you can check that out in the description box below. Please check out our Patreon and please help support it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Make sure you guys follow us on Instagram at Before the Horn Podcast, TikTok and Twitter at Before the Horn Pod. We appreciate all the love and support that we be getting. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Send this out to your mom, your dad, your brother, your cousin, your sister, your uncle, whoever. And while you at it and while you sending this out, make sure y'all at Day One as well and tell him to stop dunking and take the bet as well. But until next time, until our next episode on Tuesday, can't wait to talk about what happens over this weekend in this big UFC event, UFC 300. Tell Day One to stop ducking, by the way. Peace.
Hey, hold on. Before I exit out of here, you not about to tell these fans that I'm ducking. Double or nothing. How much you want to put on it? Double or nothing? Double of what we betted last time. Double what we betted last time.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Hey, high five the screen. Let's go. All right, let's go. Double or nothing. Hey, y'all heard it here first.
Hey, no, and I want everybody that's out there that's watching. Make sure y'all text Day One when he loses, because he's probably gonna block me. I'm probably not gonna hear from him. Let's hope he makes it on Monday as well, because I don't know what's gonna happen once he loses. So,
hey, if y'all didn't know, I'm a sore loser. That's why I hate gambling, and I just honestly succumbed to this horrible deal. But hey, Alex Pereira, you got me, man. Hey, Monday I'm be tuned in. I'm be hyped. I'm be ready to go. I got my money on Alex. He has the money on Jamal. But like we said earlier, like, comment, share, subscribe, and thank y'all for tuning in to episode 58 of Before the Horn Podcast. We shall see y'all next time. Peace.